everyone, and welcome to Eternal X Wolfpack Paranormal Podcast. I am your host, Sean Ellis, and I would actually like to make a comment here, real quick. I'd like to thank Joshua Robert Moore for the theme song to the Eternal X Wolfpack Paranormal Podcast, The Paradox. Check him out on Earthcore Audio. Joshua Robert Moore. He did an amazing job with the theme song, and he does a lot of other ones, and he's just released an album, I think. So definitely go check him out on Earthcore Audio. Tonight, we have a very special guest sitting in the background, and he has been in several movies. He's been in a few TV shows here lately as well. And he also is the man behind the iconic mask of Jason Voorhees. And this is who is sitting backstage, Mr. James Stokes. Also, I actually got an autographed picture of him. And our producer, Miss Gwen Johns, picked it up for me last fall. And I haven't got it yet, but she's working on it. So hopefully when I get to see her this time at Broadhead, she will bring it to me. But I definitely appreciated that he actually signed this, but he is actually sitting backstage with his lovely wife, Sammy Stokes. So let's bring him on.
What's up, Sean?
How you doing?
Hey.
Doing good, buddy.
Yeah, it's awesome. So thank you for signing the autograph picture for me.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, when Gwen told me that you wanted it, automatically, I just signed you one, of course. Any friend of hers is a friend of mine, so that's just the way it is. We're family.
I definitely appreciate it. And hopefully I don't get too tongue-tied tonight. I told you backstage, I'm a little shell-shocked for the first time because you actually play an iconic character I loved watching when I grew up.
Yeah. I got really lucky, and I was when I was asked to play the character, I felt like you. I felt nervous. I felt excited. There were so many different things that went through my mind to play an iconic character like that. It's just an overall crazy out of body experience, kind of when you put the mask on, because it's just such an iconic character, like you just said. It's just the playing Jason was just an absolutely dream come true for me. As far as a horror genre goes, I love the horror genre. I love the paranormal. So, just being able to play in these horror films and getting to play the killer. And I've got many more that I'm doing that I've already finished and that's coming up that people haven't seen yet. And so I'm looking forward to people seeing me as other characters, not just Jason. So there's some things that's coming up that I'm very excited about.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know there's a couple questions I'll ask later here in the show for sure about some of the characters that you brought up before that you possibly could be playing, which would be really cool. Mm-hmm. Hello, everybody. We got Susan Victoria in the house, Nicole Gaspar, Jeremy Cotter, Sheila Martin. That's actually my aunt. She is sitting backstage. Well, not backstage, but she is in the comments.
Awesome.
But yeah. So I know you played football. I've seen some of your podcasts. You played football in high school.
I did. College. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then you were a paramedic or an EMT?
I was, yep, for 16 years. Yep, that was my main job for the longest time, and very, very hard, demanding job. Takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on your mind. Do I like playing Jason? Oh my God! Nicole, it was a dream come true. Sorry to get off your question there, Sean, but it was a dream come true to play Jason. I love playing Jason. I love bringing the character to life. So it was just, it was great. So, and get back to you. I worked for the fire department EMS for 16 years. So it was a very taxing job, but loved it. There was some ups and downs and as in all jobs, but it was that was my main job for a long time.
Awesome. I also heard that you rode bulls in a rodeo.
I have done that too. Yes, that was a long time ago, but yes, I did that. I rode bulls and bareback. I did that for about 5 years total. I got my pro card after the first year. I rode IPRA, International Pro Rodeo Association, all up and down the East Coast, and so yeah, it was that was an exciting time in my life.
Awesome. Miss Sammy, what how did you guys meet?
At a convention, actually. I was there working the event. He was signing autographs, and we just kind of hit it off. And it just, we both love the genre, and yeah, it just kind of happened to work out that way. It just was perfect.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
I congratulations. I heard you just got married here not long ago.
Yeah, on
Yep, last
Halloween, last
last
Halloween.
October. Yep, last
Yep.
October. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Especially when you be able to meet somebody like at like an expo and then just trip off and get along
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Let's bring up some pictures here. I know you recently, hang on, have been in a TV series.
I was. Yep. Yeah, that's me. I was on that was on 911 Nashville right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
What?
was fun. That was exhausting day shooting, but it was a very fun shoot. All the people on set was absolutely amazing. Um, Chris was absolutely yeah, I was just that was a dream come true to work with him too, Chris O'Donnell, and getting to actually be on screen with him and all that stuff. It was great. I mean, shoot, I grew up watching him as Robin,
Yeah.
and so many different other things that he did, and it was just getting to meet him, and he's such a humble dude. I mean, he's just. And that's the way it should be. The whole cast for 911 Nashville were super great people, and just treated us like any other actor, and that was really cool. Being a co-star, and stuff like that. It's sometimes can be very hectic, but these guys treated us very well, and just like one of the group and one of the cast, and it was absolutely incredible.
Have you ever been on a set that it felt odd because you didn't know any of the people around at first or
Yeah, I mean, oh, absolutely. When you go onto a new set and you don't know anyone, and that's happened to me, well, several times. I mean, I've done 70 different films and TV, so it's been, but yes, it is kind of awkward a little bit, but the film family, or when you and we call it a family because you're working so close with each other day in and day out, and for so long, you get to know each other pretty good in between, setting up lights and setting up camera angles and all that stuff. And by the end of the day, you don't look at each other as just acquaintance. You look at each other as family, kind of, and because you're all there to make something, to make people either happy or sad or mad or whatever else, and it's just you got a job to do, and it's just you come together and kind of gel together and make that happen. So that's it's kind of fun getting to meet all the new people and stuff on set.
have you ever been what I call shell shocked as in the fact of meeting somebody for the first time that
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, when uh, Winona Ryder, when I got to meet her, and stuff like that on the set of Stranger Things, that was incredible. Getting to meet Millie Bobby Brown, and getting to work with her. I mean, it was just yeah, I mean, interactions. I mean, like literally I got to interact with these cast members, and get to it was just superb. Yeah, and it was like, but you come to realize really really quick that they're just like you. They're on that set doing exactly the same thing you are. They just have a little bit different role, and it's just I've gotten very lucky, and I'm very humbled about where I've been and who I've gotten to work with. Getting to work with people like John Dugan, that was the grandfather in all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. working with people like Lisa Wilcox and Kathy Podwell from Night of the Demons, Lisa Wilcox from, yeah, godly. That was another thing that I did on Stranger Things that, and stuff like that. So, but getting to work with like Lisa Wilcox from Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff, Danny Hassel and Mark Patton and all these guys, it's just a dream come true, and getting to see how these actors that I grew up watching, Eric Roberts, oh my goodness. I mean, I got to do 2 films back to back with him. Phenomenal guy, dude. I mean, he, it's just funny. In my opinion, it's funny because I have to laugh at myself because it's like, here I am getting to do stuff that people dream about getting to do, and I'm getting to live out get out to live out my dream of doing this and getting to meet these people. And here in Nashville, I get asked to come to these concerts, and you get to come to these different things downtown Nashville and stuff like that. I feel so honored, to be able to do that. And then people meet me and want my picture and want pictures with me and stuff like that. And it's just like, this is very cool. This is very cool. And I don't care if I'm at a restaurant eating or if I'm at a venue or something. If someone comes up to me and wants a picture, I stop what I'm doing and take that picture with them, because it's like, I don't know their situation, and it might be the only chance that they get to do that. And so I want to make sure that they get that opportunity. And it's been great for me so far.
That is awesome. I got to give you kudos for that. Being in the spotlight where you were at and being able to do that and give the fans what they want. And
Absolutely,
that's awesome. And it
I wouldn't
takes
have it any other way.
that's just an amazing thing. I mean, it just tells me that you have a heart that is amazing, that speaks out, and it stands for what you believe in.
Well, and when moms and dads bring their kids to these conventions that I go to, and these kids are so excited to meet me, or they draw me as Jason on a piece of paper, and they give it to me and stuff, and it's like, that's the biggest reward that I could ever receive, man, more so than any amount of money or anything like that. And I love that they look at me in that sort of light. And I don't want to ever give them a sense of yeah, I don't want someone to look at me and go, wow, he wasn't very nice, or he wasn't as nice as everybody says he is. I don't want that to ever happen. And I treat everyone, I don't care who you are, from the top actor to the lowest whoever, you're going to be treated the same when you come to my table. And that's the way I love it. And that's the way I do things.
Yeah, that is definitely cool. Is this one of the pictures from your rodeo times?
No, that was a photo shoot actually, but I mean, and that's my everyday life right there. I mean, but just about. I mean, so, but yeah, that's me through and throughout. I mean, I've been a country boy, cowboy all my life, pretty much. I've been around horses and cattle and all that my entire life. Hello, Michael. So it's just thank you, Nicole. But yeah, so that's just that's me right there. That's me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. I actually did get to watch Forest Through the Trees.
Yeah.
That movie was something else, as in the fact I thought I had it kind of figured out, but then right after the first major turn point is like, okay, I could actually see this happening in real life somewhere. I mean, this actually was
Absolutely. That
something
movie
that
was so
happened with a
well.
cult.
That movie was so well written and directed by Jason Pitts, my great great friend. I'll be with him in 2 weeks. Matter of fact, we're doing a convention together in Fort Smith, Arkansas. I'll be there in about 2 weeks. I think it's June 6th, 7th, no, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Mhm.
I will be in Fort Smith, Arkansas with Jason, and he is the writer director of The Forest Through the Trees. And the man is just an amazing talent. He's an amazing person, a hell of a horror
Brilliant.
writer, brilliant horror writer. And he's just got things just constantly running through his head. And I love it that he runs things by me, and I love it that he trusts me as being one of his main actors, and throwing me into the fire, sort of, if I could say. And it's just it's been me and him's been on an amazing journey together. We've done a lot of things together. I think we're going to do a lot more things coming up in the future. And but yeah, Jason Pitts is I mean, he's like my brother, and love working with him. I love collaborating with him. I love just being on set with the man. He's just brilliant.
Now, this picture came from that set, right? From the
Yeah,
Forest
absolutely.
Station.
That's a behind the scenes picture of Forest Through the Trees right there. Yep, that's yep.
I got a couple more here
Mm-hmm.
since I'm kind of running things here. You also, in that movie, kind of took a beating.
Did well, yeah. Well, you know, I took a beating because I didn't want them to hurt my daughter, and they was threatening to hurt my daughter, and I had to do what I had to do at that moment in time. But they messed up. They thought they killed me, but they didn't. So that was their fault. And so I came back, and a little bit stronger than ever. So yep, and that's the antagonist right there, and that man right there is Scott Doss, and he is
That guy played one hell of a
he,
character.
and you know what? Let me tell you something about him, Scott. This was his first feat. This is his first film ever. He's been an actor for years, but
Hey, Raven.
he's only done what am I trying to say?
Theater.
Theater work. That's all
Mhm.
he's ever done was theater work until this movie right here. And Scott was absolutely amazing. He was one of the creepiest son of a bitches I've ever seen in my life. And he just played the part to a T. And it was so great getting to work with him, getting to know him. We became really, really good friends. And it's just, yeah, I'm so glad that he was cast as that part right there.
Yeah, that he offset that show into your character. It was just like whoa,
Yeah.
in the way it was twisted, and you come in being the father you were, and that was pretty awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, I know a lot of people are asking some questions here. I'm kind of skipping certain ones toward the end because I know he does have the mask with him, but when we get into the part, we'll show it at the end, um, for sure. And let's see what else I can bring up here for some other pictures here, real quick. You played. Let's see what I got here. Here's another one from the Forest Through the Trees.
Yeah, that would be the end of Scott right there.
What now? What what's it like in your mind playing that particular shot coming through,
Oh,
knowing you're gonna put that knife
I'm
right
gonna,
in his head?
I'm gonna tell you right now, we to get into that character right there, he pushed me to my very last limits. I mean, when I went to do that to him right there, I wanted to do that to him right there. I mean, it was just like wasn't me, it was like I got into a wholly different character. And it was we, and I think playing a character like that, you have to get it into a different mindset, and you have to actually be in the moment and be in what's going on. And I really, it's just like when I saw Annie, which it was playing the girl was playing my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
when she would look at me and call me dad, for the first time in the movie, it broke me like it's just like she was my real daughter. I mean, the tears were real. It just, we had that kind of bond, all of us on set. And he made us just pretty much hate him, which that was his job to do on set. It was to make us hate him because He was just but he was so believable because he believed so much in what he believed in. He believed that bringing Malfast, the demon, back was going to change the world, and if it took him dying to do that, he was okay with that. And that's the reason I told him, well, you go ahead and meet Malfast, and I'm gonna go ahead and send you to him because that's what's gonna happen, you know. And it's just, yeah, that doesn't look good. That didn't feel good. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it was. But that was a cool set, and we that was in the middle of the night. It was really early in the morning when we did that scene, and we had some long nights. That's for sure. Shooting that movie.
Now, me being a paranormal investigator and
Hmm.
investigating some stuff that's similar into that field, some of the rituals they did in that show, did that kind of freak you out? Because I noticed some of them are very close to some of the ones that I've seen before.
Well, and that's the whole point about what Jason did. That's the reason the demon that they was bringing back was called Malfast. And if you
Hmm.
look up in demonology, that's pretty
Hmm.
much the devil's right hand man was
Right.
Malfast. And I'm so because that's what Jason wanted to do with the movie. He wanted to have everything about as close to real life as you could get, authentic. And our set director, oh my God, she was absolutely amazing. I mean, she came from Pirates of the Caribbean. She's, yeah, Carla Nemec, and she was been on, I mean, big shows like Pirates of the Caribbean, and I mean, I can't remember how many different shows this woman's been on. She was our set director. The sets for this shoot was absolutely phenomenal. It was to a T. All the ravens, all the birds, and the knives, and the knives looked like, I mean, they were like what was supposed to be into the ritual. All the
It definitely looked like a cult scene without a
Yes,
shadow of a
and
doubt.
that's what it was supposed to be, and that's what it was set like, and that's what it was, and it was absolutely phenomenal. So yes.
That's Yeah, I watched that night, and I was like, because I hadn't seen anything that you were in, but then I started going through your cameos where you've been in Pure Country too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
Yep.
seen that a long time ago, and now I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it just
Yeah. Yeah.
to see the part you played in it.
Oh my God,
But
that was one of the first things I'd ever done. That one of the first things I'd ever done as far as acting goes. And I mean, besides, you know, the little independent films and the short films that I was in, which were amazing. I mean, they brought me to where I'm at today. Um, yeah, and it's been a phenomenal ride. I mean, it really has. I've worked my butt off to get where I'm at, and I love that I got the opportunity to play the characters that I've gotten to play, and I've got a few more that's coming up that hadn't even been seen yet. The Hive, I just finished it in Florida a couple months ago, and it's making its way through the film circuit right now, and but it's going to be out to the public before long. And then I've got another one that I'll start shooting. Yeah, that's a Christmas movie that I did as I was playing the dad of this young girl that um, I wasn't going to be home for Christmas. I was overseas. I was stationed overseas and didn't think I was going to make it home for Christmas. And finally, I got a leave and was able to come home and be with her on Christmas Day. And that was that's a very good short film right there. If anybody would like to watch that. But
the
getting back
Soldier's
to
Secret.
the Soldier Secret. Yep, and that was a very good short film. But I don't know what was I even saying. What was I talking about?
Talking about your new horror movies coming
Oh
up.
yeah, and I'm starting another one in July. It's called The Massacre, and I am playing the killer in it as well. And there's been some photos that's already been out. He's put them out now, the director and stuff, and he's promoting it very hard. And we're trying to raise money and everything for for the film right now. But we start shooting it in July, and so I'm looking forward to that. It's a totally different character. I'm going to look totally different. I'm going to have, well, there's pictures out there. I don't know if you've got a picture of that or not. Um, or I can send you one probably, but
What movie was that one
I had to
from?
pull it up.
it's called The
Pull
Massacre.
it up, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. But yeah, and that one I'm fixing to start filming, and it's going to be its own its own slasher film. And so I'm hoping that this character catches on, kind of like a Terrifier or anything else. I mean, it's going to be a lot of death in it. It's going to be, yeah, that one. So if you can see it right there.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yep.
Wow.
So cool.
Yep. So it's a totally different look for me and totally different character and stuff, but I'm looking forward to start filming that one.
For sure.
There
Huh.
you go. Badass.
Let's see what else we got back here for some pictures here. This one I think came from the movie Snapped.
That was a TV show called Snapped. Yes, I played. Well, Snapped was where women kind of go off the deep end and kill their husbands for whatever reason, whether he's beaten her or whether he's cheated or whatever he's done. And this guy that I played was a real, true life character, and the wife just finally got tired of him doing things to her that shouldn't be done, and she shot him in the middle of the night in the bed. Took them 2 years to convict this lady because the way she did it. But she said someone had broke into the house and killed him, and she shot up the house with another gun instead of the one she shot me with. And so, yeah, but that was from the episode of Snapped back, oh my God, a long time ago, several years ago, actually. I still kind of had brown hair then.
Yeah, I've got quite a few little pictures back here hiding back here as soon as I pull them up, because I'm just trying to sort through a little bit of them here for sure. I don't know which one this one was actually from, but this one was kind of cool too.
That one right there is from a vampire movie that I shot in North Carolina. It's up there for about 10 or 11 days, and it's called Redemption's Price. We shot it with some pretty good characters, but I was one of the main vampires in the show.
Did you like playing the vampire?
Oh, loved it. That's absolutely insane. Those teeth are actually formed to my teeth and all that. So it was really cool. Yeah, getting to play a vampire. Apparently I had a bad day there, got my throat ripped out, but it's
Hey, Thomas.
yeah. There's Thomas. What's
Yep,
up, bud?
Thomas just popped into the building
Glorious weirdos. Yeah.
along with Christy Rico and a few others. Thanks for all stopping in tonight. But yeah, that's actually kind of cool. And I think I overheard you in another podcast. You do some of your own stunts too, don't you?
I do all my own stunts. Yeah, I've never had a stunt double at all. Except I did have one stunt double for 911 Nashville. That was issued. I mean, I didn't have a choice in that matter, but yes, but because they just didn't want me getting hurt. But yep. Most of the time I do all my own stunts. And in my Voorhees movies, I mean, I was fighting a 6'8" wrestler, that played Bigfoot. Me and him had our fights. I picked him up. He picked me up. We threw each other. We slammed each other. It was brutal. I mean, we both were sore after that. Yes.
Actually, I think I got a clip of that one, and I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. There it is right there. Yeah. He's literally.
Did you wear a harness when he picked you up, or did he actually physically pick you up?
He physically picked me up and threw me. And just like when I physically picked him up and threw him over my head, we picked each other up and everything. He's a professional wrestler, and from NWA wrestling, and he's 6'8", and I'm 6'2". And we had an all-out brawl that night, and that was about 2:00 in the morning. Right there, it was kind of cold outside, but me and him wasn't cold. We was kind of sweating our butts off in that suits, but anyway, we had a fight, and that was a brutal fight right there. Yeah,
it looked pretty good. Did you guys have anybody that come in and showed you how to set up the fight scene, or did you guys?
He did that. Yep. he did all the choreographing and all that stuff, and to where we didn't get hurt or anything like that. I mean, to a point, we didn't get hurt. We didn't get hurt well enough. We had to go to the hospital. There was times where it's like I didn't want to get up from the ground, but at the same time, it's like, and I gave it right back to him though. He said that I gave everything back to him. I mean, you got to think about it. Okay, he's 6'8" and weighed about 202 pounds. I'm 6'2" and weigh 230. So it was yeah, it was a pretty tough fight.
Well, yeah, I watched the movie. I actually got to watch that movie today, and I guess I didn't realize that one came out, and I was like, man, I'm going to watch this because I definitely want to see this for sure. And that fight scene was, like you said, it was pretty brutal.
Yes, and it was shot with 3 different camera angles. It was shot really, really well for the budget that we had. And if anyone goes and watches this, it's not like shot like a normal just independent film. It was shot very well.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the things when I started watching this is Voorhees, The Night of the Beast, right?
Yes, it is. Yep.
And when I started watching it, is that you sitting there too?
That's me. Yeah.
I was sitting there. I was like, man, he's playing a couple double roles here because he's playing Jason and then he's playing the guy that's at the camper. And I was like, I just happened to catch that. I was like, hey, that's
Yep.
kind of cool.
That's me. Yeah. Jason Pitts again. This is another Jason Pitts film. We was sitting there. We was in the old general store there, and that's Gary Swift right there. Had played the cop, and we just Jason just said, "Don't turn around, James. This is gonna be another cameo for you." I said, "Okay, yeah, cool." So. So yeah, I'm supporting my Nutrition Factory shirt there. I guess and some stuff like that. That's funny. I don't even think I knew that that's what I had on.
He just threw you in.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even in the scene, that day. I was filming that night, but I was there for this. Of course, we was on set forever, and that's us going over. That's Jason Pitts on the right there. And that was I'm not sure what that guy's name is right there, but we was going over some things on set and making sure that we had everything right because I was getting. Oh, of course I did, Nicole.
You gotta
Jason.
watch it to find
Yeah,
out.
watch it.
Watch
It's
it.
really good. Check it out.
We always stopped in between different sets because I was getting ready to have another kill there, and yeah.
This is when did Friday the 13th, James? Did you experience anything paranormal while making the film? It's haunted witch ground is Camp Crystal Lake.
Actually, there was several different things that we saw and felt, and that went on while we was there, and we were on this lake. It was Camp Crystal Lake, of course, and it was very, very wicked. I mean, I can't explain. I know there was orbs all around us all the time that we saw on camera, and that was very eerie. But it was just different things that you felt throughout the night when you're just standing there, just being still and alone and everything quiet, and you could just feel things coming through that. I mean, that's one of the night shoots there, and that's one of the cameos that I had in. I actually had a speaking role, but I was playing one of the old rednecks that was out there in the woods that was kind of throwing their trash everywhere and all that stuff, which in Bigfoot's area, you don't disturb the grounds that Bigfoot walks on, and that's what we's doing, and that's what, and that you don't, and we made him mad, and that's the reason he killed us. So but please go and watch the movie if you haven't seen it. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's amazing. But it's called Voorhees Night of the Beast, and then right after that, you can look up. It's called Night After the Beast, and it tells a little bit more. That was one of our producers right there, and that's Jason on the left. That's Jason Pitts right there, and but yeah, we had a tremendous time shooting that movie, and that was one of the. Well, no, that wasn't last night. That was just one of nights that we were shooting. We still had a lot to film after that right there, after that shoot right there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard you say that you have a mask on along with your outfit that they've created that's form fitted to you. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. This mask, of course, is the outer mask. But then, yeah, but then then I have another mask that was form fitted to my face. Um, and yeah, it was. I mean, dude, it was hard to breathe in it. We had to go through and do some modifications to it and all that stuff, but it was foam latex and it fit, down into my suit to where it looked real. And of course, the special effects artist, Charlotte Tempes, she is amazing. She made the entire suit for me, fitted my body perfect to where it'll move with me when I fight and when it move with me when I walk. It looked real. She would come in and just wet it up to make it look realistic and on it popped on screen and it just looked so real.
It did
It
definitely.
brought Jason to life,
He looked brutal in that movie. I mean, especially
Absolutely.
especially when he popped up for the first time, and I was like, "Damn!" You
Yeah.
know, you definitely don't want to be walking in Crystal Lake when Jason Voorhees is there.
No, you don't want to mess with Jason.
It says you mentioned the chainsaw. Have you ever watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? That was horrible. I can't watch
Oh,
it. That's
I
my
watched them all. I watched them all. I love it. Horror genre is one of my favorites. I love to be scared. I love to watch this stuff. I just because and now making horror films, I look at things totally different when I watch them. So I'm not watching it just to be a connoisseur of the. Yeah, that's one of the shots from the back of the suit. Uh, Kind of blurry a little bit there, but I actually had the mask. I mean, the mask was on, and it kept. I don't know. It's just tight. It's tight around my. It's hard to breathe in it. That was hard latex. All of that to where you see my exposed spine, my exposed ribs, and all that stuff. So, yep, the original Killer is Jason's mom. Absolutely, yep. And the original sure was.
Mhm. All right. Thanks for coming in, Sheila. That's my aunt.
Yeah.
I try to get her to watch some shows once in a while. That's awesome. I mean, that fight scene that you had with Bigfoot and having that mask on, I mean, it's got to be you got to be breathing hard in it for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, it was brutal. I mean, it was brutal. But once you got into the character and once you got into the scene and you're actually doing things, I don't know if you just forget about that you can't breathe very well or you can't see very well. You just act. You just
Sinking into the character and
yeah,
believing that that's what you are.
you just do what you think Jason would do. And when I hit the ground, I didn't just pop back up because that's not what I don't think Jason would do. Jason took his time. He got back up. He shook it off, kind of. He looked for the because this mask actually fell off my head at one point, which we wanted it to. We wanted it to come off because we wanted to reveal what Jason's face looked like,
Hmm.
which nothing but pissed Jason off when his mask came off. And so I
Right.
went over, I picked up my mask, I put it back on, and then I just started to proceed to whoop his ass. I mean, it's like, yeah. So it was very cool. And I think we did Jason justice. I really do. I hope everybody says that I did, and I appreciate that more than they'll ever know. And it makes me feel good because, it's just that's a character that's been played by many and I was just so happy that I got to play it as well.
I think you did an amazing job, especially with that fight scene with Bigfoot. And, like I said, it looked like it was a rough tumble the way you guys were doing it. It looked
It was.
physical, it looked brutal. And I was sitting there like, man. And then I'm thinking, you're a big guy as it is, being 6 foot. And then I was wondering, did they use the harness to pick you up, or
No.
did he actually physically just pick
Yep.
you up and throw you?
Like I said, there was 4 inches difference between me and him. He's 6'8". I'm 6'2". And when we looked at each other, I mean, it was like kind of like this and looking up at him, and he's looking down at. I mean, there was a couple pictures of us. I know that angles that they had that looked really, really brutal, and it was a pretty cool fight scene.
I
We
was
practiced it without the suits on for hours. I mean, kicking each, kicking. I mean, my arm was just black and blue where he kicked because I was coming through with the machete and he kicked my arm and he literally had to kick. I mean, it wouldn't look right if he didn't. And I don't care, every practice, every take that we did, he hit me hard and my arm just turned black and blue. And it was, I had bruises on my chest. I had bruises on my back. It just were. I mean, it was crazy. But he had bruises too. So don't.
well, that's kind of part of the game there when you're doing the show. I mean, it comes with the territory, you know. I mean, you're going to get physical in a show. You're going to get banged up and
Absolutely.
and et cetera, especially, you know, doing your own stunts, which I think was great. That's one of the things I really wanted to do when I was younger, is be a stuntman.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, I played football, I've taught martial arts, I've cage fought, and you know, etc. And yeah, you know, seeing those guys do what they did, and it's like, man, they do some crazy stuff.
Yes.
Actors like you, James, are rare, unique. We need more actors like you, and not this Hollywood crap. I definitely agree with that 100%.
Thank you, Christy. I appreciate that.
I definitely do agree. I mean, the characters that I've seen you play so far, I mean, wow. I mean, it definitely just, you make the character come out. You make people want to understand that character. So you do an amazing job.
And I did so much studying, you know, before I played the character. I watched every film from the very beginning to the very end. I watched every film. I called Kane Hodder. I talked to him. I asked him, me and him had a conversation at a convention one time, you know, Kane, you know, I'm fixing to play the character as Jason. What do I do? You know, and he gave me great advice. You know, he just said, James, you put the mask on just like I did. He said, just make it your own. You know, what you think Jason should do, that's what you should do. And I took that to heart, and I kind of made Jason my own. I had my own little quirks about me. I had the way I tilted my head, the way I killed people, all that stuff. I love it.
Yeah, that's like, wow. It's just amazing on how some people, especially like you, because you can definitely do it. You sink into the character so well.
Absolutely.
You want people to watch it.
Yes, I want people to be entertained, and whether it be scared or crying or happy or whatever else, I want people to be entertained, and that's what being an actor is all about, is entertaining the audience, and that's what I love to do. It's the reason I love going to these conventions and getting to meet the fans and all that stuff. I love it.
So I guess one of my questions is there any more Jason movies coming out that you're aware of? Or can you say anything about it?
There's been talk, and you know, of course they're coming out with some things on TV, like these Paramount
Prequels.
things, and prequels and stuff like that. But as far as an actual Jason movie, it's hard to say. I think they're still in litigation, to be honest with you, with the director and with one of the producers about who has the rights to the film. And I hate that. You know, I really do hate that. And I hope one day they get it resolved, and I hope that Jason gets back on the big screen. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I hope that I'm in the running to play part of Jason. You know,
Definitely.
I hope I am. And if that day ever comes, I mean, I'll be very excited to put the mask back on.
Most definitely. I definitely want to see you retain that role for sure. I also heard when you were talking on a podcast one time, and maybe a DC character's in the works. Is that still in
That's still in the works. I'm looking at playing Deathstroke. Yes. And if anybody knows anything about DC Comics, then they'll know exactly who I'm talking about with Deathstroke.
Oh yeah, Deathstroke is very brutal too.
He's very brutal, and yes, I love the eye patch and all that stuff. And yep, I'm staying in pretty good shape as far as mentally and physically for that role. And because it's going to be a lot of shoots without a shirt on, that's what I've been told, and so I want to make sure that I look the part.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that'd be a great character for you. I know me and Gwen's talked about it'd be a great character for you to be on Marshall's. You
I
know,
would, yep, I
It's
would.
literally what's on right now.
I would love to be on that TV show. That's something that, yeah. If anyone from Marshall's are seeing this tonight, please, put me on there. Call me
yeah,
up.
definitely look up James and give him a
Yep.
spot on Marshall's. He would be excellent as one of the
Get a
guys.
hold of
I
my
mean,
agent. Get a hold of my agents, and let's set something up for sure. Yeah.
Sammy, I know I haven't
Sure.
aimed a lot of questions at you, but now I'm going to pick your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
What's it like married to a horror icon?
Well, before even Jason, he is the coolest, most humble, funny guy ever. We have so much fun, and I'm so glad that I get to travel with him to most of his conventions and that sort of thing because I love my favorite thing is seeing the fans with him and seeing the reactions and getting the behind the scenes of that. I think that is the coolest thing because what you see when you meet him for the first time is who he is as a family man. He is just so full of love and heart and goofiness and just hard worker, and he does anything for the people that he cares about, and that even includes fans. I mean, he cares about, if somebody is going through something and needs to talk, he's like, I'll be the first one, reach out to me. And he's just such a great person in and out. um and to share those moments with him, I'm honored, and I don't take it for granted because I see the behind the scenes of how hard that he works. And it is a hard industry. And I know what he has taught me from being in the industry because I see it on a daily basis. But I mean, like I get to be a part of helping him with his auditions and setting up the conventions and all the behind the scenes stuff and the traveling, and it's a lot of work. It's hard work, but he loves it in and out, and it's just really cool to be a part of that part of his life, and we get to do it together. And it's super fun, but he's just such a good person in and out, and to share those moments, I mean, it gets me emotional at some of these conventions when we get to meet the fans, and the fact that so many people are inclusive of even me as his spouse, it now is pretty cool because that doesn't always happen, and that's totally fine. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not the spotlight, but it's nice to know that, like, because people love him so much that they include me in that too. And it's really cool, but it's just so fun to get to meet all these people. And yeah, I love being a part of that part of his life because I know how taxing it is. I mean, there's a lot of times where he's away and sometimes I don't get to go, or we get to, hey girl. But when we do get to go together, it's cool that we get to share those memories together, and we don't have to always be apart. And because it can be hard when we're apart from each other, but it's fun when we get to be together doing it. So
Yeah, I seen where you guys actually teamed up with Thomas one night, and you were in a location for an investigation with
It
another.
was. We was in Pennsylvania and went up there, and these YouTubers were there, and they didn't know that I was there. And so Thomas, we was in this old hospital, I guess. Yeah, it was an old hospital, and oh my God, what was the name of the place? Thomas, what was the name of the place?
Haunted Hillview Manor.
Yes, thank you, Haunted
I
Hillview
don't have
Manor.
a shirt on tonight. Normally I've been wearing it.
And we was there, and these YouTubers. It was a white guy and a black guy, and great guys, great great guys, and they were so funny, so funny. And of course the black dude, he was just, I can't think of their names, and I'm so sorry I cannot think of their names. I know too many people, but he was so scared. He had this holy water that they had given him, and he was spraying it in every step that he took. And he was just so scared. Well, they was bringing him down this hallway, and I was in this nurse's station, and they had a red light in a room that was kind of just pointing down the hallway. You couldn't see the red light from where they was walking, and you couldn't see me, but they had a key word that they were supposed to say. And when they said that word, I was to step out. Well, they had the YouTubers in the front because they was videoing this. They was talking about it there was live on their YouTube channel and everything. And they was going live and they was doing this ghost hunt and they was so happy. And all of a sudden this 6'2" Jason Voorhees comes out with, and the red light was shining on me. It looked really cool. Yeah, T-Bone and Solo. It's culture swap. Thank you. And these guys were amazing. But let me tell you, when I came out, it looked like bowling pins because he turned around and he ran through the whole entire piece. Everybody got out. It looked like the ocean just waited. And he took off running. And I know Jason's not supposed to run, but I walked as fast as I could. And I chased him. I chased him down that hallway for about, I don't know, it was a good while. But that man never stopped screaming. He probably peed a little bit. I don't think he stopped spraying the water. He was running, spraying the water. And it was like,
up and down.
he cursed.
Man.
Yeah. And it finally they stopped, and then we finally got to meet in person and all that, and we hugged it out and all that stuff. But that was the greatest night. That was so fun.
Well, and the basis of their show was like they take each other to go do things. So
yeah,
like I'd taken my black friend to do white people shit, and then vice versa. So it's like kind of funny. It's
so funny, and them guys were they were great, and the cameraman knew. Because he didn't get scared. He knew I was going to come out, but both of the other guys did not. And I mean, that he took off running, and it was like the funniest thing because he really thought something was after him. I mean, it was funny.
I mean, heck, you walk through the door, and all of a sudden, Jason Voorhees is standing there.
Yeah,
in a pitch black room is like you wasn't expecting it.
I towered over all of them, and it was like so funny. It was just it's and in that suit I look even bigger, so it just it makes it looks it's really funny. That was a good night. I appreciate Thomas and Stacia taking me for that.
Hilarious.
And it was cool.
I know we're getting here at the top of the hour here, guys. All right, Sammy, next question for you.
Yeah.
Will we be seeing you in any movies in the future, possibly?
So I told him, so for the Massacre movie, I want to be one of because they're going to need a lot of dead people. We'll put it that way. Right. So I said that my biggest goal is to be in many of the movies that he is the killer in as like a cameo. And because how many people can say that they can like kill their wife, right? I mean, so it's like, wouldn't that be fun? And like just to be like a little cameo, and it's just like he's just, killing me and I'm covered in blood. I think that'd be an awesome time. So, I mean,
she is in one of my movies. I was shooting a movie here in Nashville with Eric Roberts, and she's in the audience in a couple of different scenes on a movie that I was doing with Eric Roberts. So it's kind of cool.
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah. Especially when you're being able to join with him and vice versa. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's definitely awesome. Is there any character that you would like to see him play?
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, he's so good at so many things. I mean, I've seen him do everything from a preacher to a cowboy to a slasher. To a motorcycle gang member and a little bit of everything. I would love to see, because he's so funny, I would love to see him do a comedy, whether it be a movie or a TV show, because I just think him being like the kind of almost like Joey and Friends, he's like the big tough actor. I think that he would be just the big tough, just funny guy. I think that that would be so fun because he's hilarious and people feed off of that. Like people feed really well off of his funny energy. But I mean, I just definitely a superhero of some sort for sure. But I mean,
Oh,
just I don't know anything that he's in. I just it's just watching him get in a character, playing the character. I mean, even in Forest Through the Trees, when the first time I saw it was at his premiere, and I watched it in the movie theater with everybody else at the premiere that was there, and it was like it took out of my mind that he's my man, and I was like just so focused on what his character was going to do next because I didn't want to watch the movie at all before the premiere. I wanted to watch it with everybody when it was completed and done, and it was so cool to just see him play that role. So I mean, I'm anything really, but definitely superhero would be so cool of some sort. And especially like he's so good at playing like the tough guy or the bad guy. So of course I just love watching that. But yeah, even just a funny role, I think that he'd be so good at making people laugh because he makes me laugh all the time. So
I can definitely see him since you mentioned superheroes in Deathstroke for sure. But another character I could definitely see him playing is the older version of Bruce Wayne teaching the younger Batman.
oh yeah, we've talked about that before
I would
too.
love to play Batman. Yep.
That would definitely be awesome. James, what is one character or cryptid if you were Jason Voorhees that you'd like to take on in a movie if you got the opportunity to?
Wow. A werewolf.
Mm,
Wait
that's
till
your
after
favorite.
wait till after the show.
I am a big werewolf dude. I mean, I've watched. I mean, any time a werewolf movie comes out or is being, I want to be in it. I've talked to with some FX people and Nick Benson and Mick Strawn. They worked on a movie called The Howling, and
Hmm.
that was absolutely incredible. And I would love to be able to redo a movie like The Howling or something like that, and play a character as the werewolf or something to do with a werewolf. I love werewolves. I've always loved werewolves. Love everything to do about it. And from the original 1939, I think it was the werewolf to the modern day werewolves. Jack Nicholson, I love that. I love that portrayal that they did with him. But so yeah, werewolves. That's I'm if Jason could fight,
It's
there you go.
Guardian. Bart,
Sounds
Guard-
like a werewolf.
he's an 88.5 pound Great Pyrenees. He's a big boy.
Wow.
Aw.
But yes, I would love Jason to fight a werewolf. That would be kind of cool. I think that would be so cool.
Barking.
So yeah,
So
You'd be a
that
snack.
well,
little
like I
girl.
said, after the show, stay tuned because I got something
Okay,
really cool
cool.
for you for
awesome,
sure.
man.
One last thing. I know you're against bullying and
Very much so.
you're strongly against it. And I know you go and help the kids and go to the schools and stuff as well.
I do. Yep.
Can you explain a little bit about what you do when you
Sure.
do that?
Yep. I go to middle schools is what I zoned that out at. The reason I picked middle schoolers is because of they are about to venture into what we call high school, which is a totally different beast when it comes to picking your friends and picking the lane that you want to travel in. And I think that if you can get to the mind of a middle schooler before they go to that next level, that they might make the right decision and pick the right set of friends. Because once you get in high school, your parents start giving you a little bit more leverage. They start letting you have a little bit more freedom and trusting a little bit more. Well, you know, you got to be your best person when nobody's around. And when the peer pressure is at its highest is when you got to make the right decisions. So you got the 3 C's is what I always talk to them about. You got choices, you got changes, and you got chances and changes. So you got to make a choice, to take a chance, to make a change. And that's what I go to these schools and I talk to them about. I talk to them about, sometimes if you're at a party or if you're just at a friend's house and they decide they want to do something that in your heart and your mind that is not the right thing to do, that you could get in trouble, that you could hurt someone, that you could hurt yourself, you've got to make that hard decision to walk away from that, go back home, call your parents, or just get yourself out of that situation. And you might lose friends over it, but you know what? In the long run, it's going to make you a better person. It's going to
Almost
send
definitely.
you down the right path. And that's what I try to get to these kids. And I take my mask, I wear my Jason shirts, or I wear a shirt that shows me not as a principal, not as a teacher, but me as just a normal human being that played a character that chose the right path to walk down, and I made the right decisions, and I'm where I'm at today because of the choices I made at the time that they are in right now. Kids have a hard time determining that when they fail, they think they're a failure.
Oh
And I
yeah.
try to tell them, if you're not failing, you're not trying. If you're failing, that means that you're trying to do something the right way. It's okay to fail. You've got to know that it's okay to fail. If you can get that through your mind that it's okay to fail, then you will always succeed. And that's that, because you're always going to keep trying. And you got to do you got to do something that you've never done to have something that you never had. And that's what people don't understand, especially kids nowadays. They just don't know. It's just peer pressure. It's bullying. That's what it is, bullying. And I'm very, very much anti-bullying. I don't like it. You can't allow anyone to make you feel like you're a nobody. And
Right.
that's what I try to tell these kids, and to make sure that they know that they're braver than they think they are. They're stronger than they think they are. They're smarter than they think they are. And they just got to use it to the best of their ability. And I try to get that through their heads before they go to high school and before they make these wrong decisions and follow the wrong path, follow the people down the wrong path. I tell them sometimes you might have to walk alone. It's okay to walk alone. It's okay to take the path of least resistance, because, or no, not of least resistance. I'm sorry, I spoke wrong. You don't
Most.
want to take the path of least resistance. You want to take that hard path and challenge yourself and make sure that you do the right things. You got to be strong enough to stand alone, and that's hard. That's hard to do, especially for a kid. You got to be smart enough to know when to ask for help, and brave enough to take that help, because it's hard to take help. It's hard for a teenager to ask for help because they think they already know it all, and they just don't. And sometimes it takes something happening that you don't want to happen to find that out about yourself. And I'm just going to these schools, talking to these kids, and just making sure that they're taking the right steps to do the right things.
I definitely agree with you. I know we were both brought up in a generation. Once we got knocked down, we got back up, and we just
Absolutely.
kept working
Yeah.
our butt off till we got to where we needed to be.
Yeah, if you think, trust me, just because I've done 70 films and TV and stuff like that, I've been told way more times than I've been told yes. This is a very hard business. You got to have strong, tough skin to be in this business. It's rough. You think you kill an audition and you never hear back from them, and then you'll do an audition. You think you just totally bombed it, and they'll call you and say, "Hey, you got the part." It's just so weird and so
Almost doesn't make
crazy.
sense sometimes.
But
Yeah.
and you was talking about being what I would love to do. I love being. I want to be in a western. I want to be in a some type of western where I'm riding a horse and shooting a gun and doing all. I love that. I love that genre. I grew up watching it with Gunsmoke and all those westerns with my dad. I want to be in some kind of western, before I end my career at some point. And I've done some little things here and there, but I want to be in an actual western, and that's so. If anybody hears that, put that out in the world, because I'd love to be in a western.
Yeah. So, Marshalls, if you're hearing, get
I'd love
doing
to be
it,
on
man.
the
I
show
want
Marshalls, the
to
Dutton
with
Ranch,
those guys.
anything like that. That would be amazing. Now, I did have 4 auditions with Yellowstone before it ended. So that was amazing. You know, I got in front of the casting directors. I got to audition. I didn't get the part, but hey, you know, that's just part of it. You know, I'm going up against
Thousands.
probably millions of people, you know, for that part. So, you know, but I got in front of the casting directors, so I got to do that 4 times. So hopefully before these TV shows are off, you know, I hope to be in one of them.
Yeah, I'd like to see you. Like I said, I'd definitely like to see you in Marshalls. I think you do an amazing job. We are at the top of the hour, and we've covered a lot tonight.
We have.
And I greatly appreciate you guys, you and Sammy, taking the time to come on the show tonight. And thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And, I wish you the best in all you do because you are an amazing actor, and keep up the great work, my friend.
Thank you, Sean.
And like I said, stay tuned after the show. I got something cool for you guys.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, one more thing. Everybody was asking, and you flashed it a few times. They wanted to know, did you actually keep the mask? And I know you showed it a few times. Can you show it one more time?
I did. Yes. I've got the entire suit. I've got I do photo ops at these conventions. So if y'all are ever around a horror convention and you see me there, please come out and see me, and I'll take pictures with you. We can, I got autograph pictures. I've got pictures with the mask. So please come out, and I would love to meet each and every one of you. But this is the actual mask from the movie right here. Yep.
There you
And
go,
I'll be
guys.
posting some more updates on where he's going to be because it's about to get real travel-y between June and November. So we'll be posting those dates where he'll be for people to come and meet him.
My next one, I'll be in Fort Smith,
Arkansas.
Arkansas in 2 weeks. I'll be there at the Fort Smith Comic-Con. So come out and see me. It's a 3-day con.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely go check out anywhere James is at. Hopefully sometime this year before the end of the year, or maybe next year, I can run into you at one of these Paracons or Comic-Cons as well.
Absolutely.
And I will definitely get you some information for some of the Paracons around
Connecticut,
here.
yep.
Connecticut.
And
I'll be at the Connecticut Paracon as well.
Orleans.
New Orleans Paracon.
Getting
I'm at a lot of conventions with Thomas, and Stacia. I'm doing a lot of Paracons with them, getting to do some ghost hunts and stuff like that. I'll be doing some in Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New Orleans, all over the place. So y'all come out and see me.
I will, like I said, I will definitely get a hold of the guy that does the Illinois ones here and Moline and the Peoria area, and get you that information. Maybe we can get you down here in our area.
Awesome. Sounds good.
So
I'd love to go to California. I'd love to get out to California. I've actually been trying to, Nicole, I've been trying to talk to some people out in California to come out to a couple of conventions out there. So I just got to get the right people and get to the owners of the conventions and stuff like that. And I can maybe get on the books for those.
definitely so. Definitely so. Well, like I said, we're at the top of the hour, and thank you again, both of you, for taking the time tonight to join us on the show. I greatly appreciated it. I had a great talk with you guys, learned a lot, especially some behind the scenes stuff, and, getting to meet you for the first time, and hopefully I get to meet you in person.
Absolutely, Sean. Yep.
So,
Can't wait.
So everybody, thank you for stopping in tonight. Greatly appreciate it. Appreciate all your support as well. And we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Night.